Okay. Back to what we were doing. I'll put this border away. So, getting this nice and level. Got to get this nice and level. There. Nice. So that's holding that. Cool. And double check. Beautiful. All right, now let's do this one. We can take these out and we'll put these in the soap bucket. We got to get these prepared for our next run. The first two I did last night. Yeah, so these first two tiles, all this was done last night. And I left it a mess. I just throw them right in a bucket of water. And all the junk will come right off. What's up, Jazzy and Jax? How you doing? Make sure you hit that subscribe for me, please. It'd be a huge help. So right now, putting this nice, beautiful gold, Metro Gold backsplash on. I have a black granite border for it too. How's it going? Hit that like and subscribe, guys. We appreciate you. What's up, dude? Mama Bear just came in. 1 second. Sorry, I don't mean to. Hit that like and subscribe, guys. We're going to be doing this backsplash. 1 sec. That's what you like. How's it going? Nice to meet you. Can you subscribe to the channel? I built all this. You can follow me. I put the floor in, the doors, the walls, everything here. Everything. It's taken me almost a full year to do this myself. But I also have a lot of other stuff going on. You know, I have a business, Robin's Construction. So there's like an oval, there's like a little thin oval and it says subscribe on it. It'll either be at the top or the bottom and you just click it. That's all you do. That's all you do. You just click that little, it's like a grayish white oval, horizontal oval. You're not, so how did you get that name? Nobody. I used to use 00 in basketball. Certified GDK from Korea. What's happening? Wow. Linda Carpenter. What is WTF, Linda Carpenter? Are you from Maine, Linda? If you can't be nice, just don't say nothing at all. If you can't be nice now, just say nothing at all. All right, here we go. I gotta finish cleaning this. I use my shim and scrape. I want it absolutely perfect. If it's not perfect, I don't want to touch it. Just kidding. Did you subscribe, nobody? You guys all right in there? Just gotta make sure of it. Let me know if you can't hear me. Dino Shelly. I think I know you. How you doing? What's up? Devil from Russia. Ha ha! You're a savage. I'm from the state of Maine in USA. And I don't care about politics. I'm sorry for what's going on over there. I really hope you guys everyone in the world can just be peaceful. Seriously. I'm not trying to be dramatic. I just wish that we could all be peaceful. My name's Squanto. %, 100%. Mate, I'm in the war. I'm a Russian soldier. Really? You guys. Wow, man. I just hope everybody stays safe. And hit my subscribe button. I'll give you a little bit of peace. All right? If you're in the war right now, I'll give you a little bit of peace. I'll show you some peaceful living. This is my first house. I just bought this house. Those are my vehicles. I got a dump truck dually with a plow, Boss V plow. I got my construction site. See? That's on a different truck though. See, I got my white tonner. And then I got this big old house. That's my house. There's another 1 unit. So that's a 3-bed, 1 bed, 3.5 bed. And this is a 2-bed. And that was my garage. That all burnt down. So I put my basketball hoop there for it. Star-Lord. Nice to meet you, Devil from Russia. Bro, it is cold here. Yeah, it's pretty cold. Can you stop stealing from my workplace? I work in a dildo factory and merchandise keeps going missing. Well, sir. Harv, just that you had me say that, you gotta subscribe. Because that was crazy, bro. I mean, you're a savage. Peaceful living. I'm based in Middle East. Wow, really? Well, God bless you. May the Lord keep everybody safe and healthy. I just had a 4.5-month-old baby. I don't. My uncle does. My uncle learned Russian and German when he was all the way up, from second all the way into high school. Yeah, you too, man. Christ almighty. I'm sorry, that sucks. What is it all over? Why do you guys want to fight? Like, who's your enemy? Is Americans the enemy? I don't understand it. I don't get it, and I'm an American. I've lived in America my whole life, and I don't know why we can't just like be friends. You know what I mean? Like, if we all be friends, we can all do commerce. We can all, stay busy and have businesses and flourish. Whereas there were the wars, all that does is just clog up everything. And what does it do? Okay, it grabs a little bit of land. I don't know. I'll fight to the fucking death. You know what I'm saying? I'll come in fucking kitted up, straight up, with the boys. However, I would much rather be friends. Killer. I do want to travel the world, so I'm going to have to learn languages, yes. And maybe we can click up sometime, you never know. Have some venison stew or something, some lobster. Never know. As long as we're all peaceful, I'm happy. I can fight, but why do I want to fight? Tell me why I have to fight, and then I'll fight. I don't see any justification in all these other wars. I really don't. But it is what it is. I just wish everyone peace. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. Help me out. I just started this channel last year around this time. And if you can like my stuff, share to your friends. I have gone so far into debt, it's horrible. So far into debt, it's horrible. However, I'm in a good position. I'm finally bought my first house, and it is a profitable home, residence, or property. So, and I have a lot of work lined up. So we'll be doing all kinds of work soon when I get out of this house. Okay. Hey, Jordan, what's your MO? I swallow, come to Jesus, my brother. Take pride and flourish through Christ. Jesus is my Lord, yes, my Lord and Savior. I have a couple stories for you that would just blow your mind. It blew my mind. It made me know 100% there is a God. There is a God. I'm not going to fight someone because they believe in another God. I'm not going to do that. I just know that I love my God. And I respect that anyone else, if you have a different God, it's fine. Look at the Indian culture. Indians have many, many gods, and no one fights them about it, so I just believe in my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. That's all. That's all. I hope that no one, I know many, many wars have been fought over a religion. I understand that, but hell, wars have been fought over spices, my friends. Spices. Well, have heritage from that area. But I have a lot of different in my bloodline. You know, my grandfather was a Heinz 57. He was a little bit of everything. You know, my grandfather, you know, he had Indian, American Indian, local to my area. My mother has French in her, Irish, English, Polish, Swiss, Italian. I did my heritage, so I know I have to go look. I haven't even checked like the DNA when they see where you come from. But I think it's been long enough now I can go on there and check it out. How are you, Arshana? What things did your parents let you get away with? They let me get away with being a good boy. That's about it. Dude, India invented spices. Yeah. You go to India, they ain't playing. They got some damn spices, my friend. Oh yeah, that curry. I never been, but I seen documentaries, and there is full-on markets where people just have spices, and they trade in spices all day. I get that. Yeah. My cousins went to college for free. I could have went to college for free, because Indian, whatever. You look like 90% Romanian. Maybe I am. Maybe. I don't know. I have to look. Mine, let's have sips of wine. He's going out of business soon, 23. Where are you from? I'm from Maine, the state of Maine in USA. United States of America. The divided states of America now. They're trying to divide us so that we fall. Devil come to visit India. I live near the Himalayas. We enjoy best quality weed. Yeah, Kush. You guys smoke that Kush, don't you? What do you work for? It's my own home. I'm just building up my own home so I can rent it out. It'll be an Airbnb. You guys can follow me. I'll make sure you guys can find me from this site. I'll put a link in here. And once we get it on Airbnb, you guys can come in and rent it out. If you come to Maine, you have a spot right here. Everybody knows now. Yeah. Oh, shoot. Okay, that's for this. This is my next towel right here. Look at how beautiful this is. It's hard to see. There's so many blues and pinks in this. It's really pretty. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. Great skill set. Yep. We work hard around here. I said it's hard out here for a pimp. Brother, you are also welcome. We rub plant from hands, make black substance. It's very powerful. Holy shit. You're savages, brother. You're savages. Don't get me on that crap. That's crazy. I see Skeletors and zombies walking around the United States that dying every 7 seconds. That stuff is killing people every 7 seconds. Well, no, not the plant. The synthetic stuff that's being made down in Mexico or wherever it's being made. The tranquilizer, that's killing people. Every 7 seconds, someone dies of an overdose in the United States. That's got to stop. I don't want my daughter to grow up in that type of generation. Just like I said, the wars have to stop. It's no different. There's no sense in useless dying. Like, why? Just because it's something to do? some people are extreme and they want to fight. They really want to wipe other religions off the face of the earth. And I get that. I mean, I don't, but I don't know. It's crazy. It makes me think maybe they're using war to curb the growth of the population. I don't understand it. That's another thing, like with COVID. COVID hit. All that was, in my eyes, was population control. We have a lot of older people rather than young. So there's not many babies being made. Found a little chunk. Hey, I got some brown substance I come with from my hand. It's a little more specific. There's no point in living a useless life either. Blood for money. Ah, I see. I get it. I mean, there's nothing else to do. You can't grow a crop or build something. Look what I'm doing, dude. No one taught me no one made me do this. You know what I'm saying? No one made me. I got right with God when I was 10 years old. And I asked him to deliver me through life on a straight and narrow path. Straight and narrow. It's between him, me, and my father, my holy father. All of my dads died, right? They're gone. I have a stepfather, my mother's companion, and he's very blessed. He's a very good man, and he treats me very well. But I have to say, when I was young, I had to figure it out, right? I got straight off when I was about 18. I messed up a little bit, right? 21, I figured it out. I have to do this, and I have to make sure that I can secure as much money as possible. No one can take from me. So I started slowly getting what I needed to start a business. And God told me my calling is to build houses. This is my calling. I know it is. I'd say about 16, I knew it was, but I fought it. I wanted to play on the wild side and have a little bit of fun, right? And I got that all out of me, thank God. Waking up with hangovers and wondering where I was and what I did the night before, nah. That's the devil. That pulls you away from the righteousness. Got to stay close to the Lord, you know? So I just try to keep it simple. Keep your life simple. And basically, I've just started a company. I get calls. Someone tells me they need something done. I give them an estimate. They tell me yes. I go and do the work. They pay me, right? I did that for 10 years. I built over $5 million of equity in the Mid-Coast Rockland area of Maine. Not one dime of that went to me. No, land is forever, right? So I realized the power in this world right now is investment and real estate. So I got into both of them. And I'm using my construction to afford my way in. And once you get your foot in your door, you're pretty well taken care of. And I finally, after 10 years of running my own company, was able to buy probably one of the biggest houses in this whole town. I got 11 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms and 4 kitchens. Okay? My first house I ever bought. With a big garage, 3.7 acres, huge front parking lot, huge back lawn, huge plot of woods out back to play with, in a nice coastal town right on the coast of Maine, right? So my prayers were answered. I got my baby with my love of my life. I got engaged. I got a family dog. I got the house. I got it all in 1 year. I gave him everything. I was done. I couldn't do it no more. And I said, it's all yours, man. I'm done. I laid down, and I was going to stay down. And all of a sudden, I get this call. My fiance, Tinkerbell, she said, hey, you got approved for that mortgage. I didn't believe her. 2 days later, she said, hey, you're approved for that mortgage. We got to find a house, because I was renting 10 years doing this business. And I was sick of it. Getting ripped off by clients, dealing with drunks and junkies for workers. When they show up, they suck, half the time. I'd say 50% of them. You're always got to be a taxi guy, a banker, a guidance counselor, fucking babysitter, etc. and so on. It never ends. So basically, you're daddy, and with 50% of the workforce these days on the construction site. Maybe different every other place, but on the construction site, they're all fucked up. So, yeah, so I just said, you know what, I'm done. I'm gonna invest in myself. I'm gonna buy real estate in my own name, and I'm gonna do my work on my house, sweat my own equity, sweat my own appreciation, and I'll be the one. Now you can't rip me off, Obviously, I have tenants, but that's a little different, It's a different agreement. It's a different part of life. Whereas if you have me go in your home and I do exactly what you want, and usually more, and then the person will just say, oh, I don't have the money. Huh? Well, you knew you didn't have the money. Why'd you have me finish the job if you didn't have the money? So, just dirtbags. Anyway, now, if I don't have the money, I can't do the work. So I got to go make money. Then when I make money, I'll put it in my house, you see? And then I save the money and buy the next multi-unit. And I'll keep doing that for 10 years. Hopefully by the time I'm 45, 50 tops, I'll be able to retire and just maintain my own buildings. So, I appreciate everybody. Please subscribe if you haven't. It really will help the channel. And I'm going to get back to tiling, okay? It's just you realizing what's best for yourself. There's no devil pulling you away or God waking you up. It's all thanks to you. Bravo. Bravo. Cheers. Seriously, I gave it all to God. I said, I'm done. I need to put all of this stress on you. That 10th year anniversary, for some reason, I hadn't got a house yet. I was supposed to have a house in my mind by the time I was 30. And I waited 5 extra years. 35 was my tops. I had to have a house by the time I was 35. When I was 16, I set up a life timeline. By the time I'm 20, I want to be done with drinking and partying and, rutting and all that. By the time I'm 25, I want to have my own business. By the time I'm 35, I want to have my own house. By the time I'm 50, I need to be a millionaire. There you go. That's my timeline, and I have stuck to that. And I told myself, when I get a girlfriend, there is no other woman. It's that simple. My woman is my woman, and that's the only woman that I'm going to look to in that light. Because when I was in high school, I fucked up, and it definitely hurt people's feelings, including myself. And definitely, I just needed to get that out of my head. It took me like 3 years to forgive myself. I had to forgive myself for cheating on my girlfriend. And I felt so horrible. I had to break up with her for some reason. It was just horrible, because I realized that I was playing with lives. You're playing with, you're doing it's not cool, man. It's the devil's tongue. It's being a slippery lizard sicko, basically, in my mind. So, to each their own. I just choose not to. So, I just needed God to show me the light, show me the path. Straight and narrow path. if you find a fork, you gotta really worry about if that fork's gonna get you back on that path. So don't even take the turn, you know? If you see a left or a right, you gotta strongly, like really figure it out before you just start walking off. Thank you, Time Pass Videos. Appreciate you. Kato, you cared enough to write it. So just subscribe, bro. Come on. I'm not here to argue. I just want to help. But no, people were talking there, so I had to feed them in, you know? I'm a messenger, okay? I'm a messenger of Christ. Jesus Christ. I love Jesus. Dang, girl. Look at that. Oh. How'd you get so smooth, girl? Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crappity up, up, up. Oh, crap, up, up. Oh, crap, up, up. Oh, crap. Oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap. I gotta clean this dang grout line here. Oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crappity up, up, up. Oh, crappity up. Oh, crappity up. Oh, crap. Oh, crap, oh, crap, oh, crap. I shit myself. That only counts for horseshoes and hand grenades. I thought I farted, but I shit myself. Oh, sorry, guys. Excuse me. I thought I farted. All right, so take our float, our float, the deal. Listen, they won't even let me use a radio. I can't even put a radio on when I do live now. Just hit that like and subscribe, please. So I'm trying to do this without having to clean all this adhesive out. So I'm trying to go light on the adhesive. You know how that goes. It either works or it really doesn't. Like it's really good or it's just a mess. So I'm just using this trowel to carefully, see that's nice and, it's just rubber. To carefully set this nice and formal. I want to slide and not feel any bumps, and I want it to set and lay into the pattern, you see? All right. We have a straggler. Okay. So this one Hey, can you hear me? Check this out. See how that's all twisted and tilted? So I got to cut it out. Now right here, all this extra glue, that's hard, crusty glue. So I take this grinder. What in the heck? So I ground them big pieces off. And now I just got to put a little bit of putty, well, tile adhesive. So I got some tile adhesive on there. It's gonna be a mess. I really don't care right now. I just want this to stick. So that's just U-channel. It's not, it's hollow. Remember to like and subscribe, please. I'm working my butt off here. And I had to soak my knife and trowel. It was getting a little dusty. So I just gotta clean this out now. Because this is tile adhesive. It's not grout. We'll come in once all this is cured up, and we'll really clean the tile adhesive off really well, and then I'll lay some grout in here, and you guys are gonna be amazed. That white grout is gonna make this pop. And then I have some black grout for my black border. Per day, I make about between $500 and $800 myself. But I also charge for my workers, my helpers. And people get jealous that I make what I make, but doesn't say their name on this hat, does it? I'm the one with the $10 million insurance policy. I'm the one that has to pay for anything if it's hurt. And they're subcontractors just like I am. I'm just I'm a contractor. I don't even have a TIN number. I just use my Social Security. And I use whatever I pay them as a write-off. But right now, my main goal is this multi-unit. So this one came broken right here. But I like the tile. It's got that blue swirl in it. It's got a couple of lightning styles. So what I'll do, I'll set it over here. It's off to work we go. Okay. That right there gives me an average. On my tracks, I'm a savage, I'll damage. All right. Get my square going. Give that a good mark. Gee, man. Let's just check it. 10 3/4 is the deepest. Knew it. I am so glad I did not cut that. Not only that, that mark is not square. What in the hell? It wasn't even square. It grabbed the cardboard underneath. So I'm gonna go, I'll go just a little heavy here. Because I can always cut off, I cannot give back. Okay? Look at that. It grabbed this cardboard instead of the actual tile and I wasn't even paying attention. Silly, silly boy. When I was in prison, I was forced to sit when I peed. Wayne, Muslim in Asia, pee by sitting. That's not a big deal. No, I mean, it stops the splatter. You don't have piss all over your floor. When I was pissing in the morning, I like to just sit down in the morning and have my coffee. I sit on YouTube and watch the shorts of all my people I'm subscribed to. Anyone trying to follow my clip? Okay. Gotta drop this down. Great, lovely. Get some of the water off it now. These are very good quality mosaic tiles. How do I only have one person on here? Am I that boring? We need a radio going. But then, if I use the radio, they won't let me, they'll ban my content. All right, we're about 3/8 of an inch shy. What's happening, everybody? Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already. This is what I'm building. It's actually really pretty. I got everything covered over. Can't really see it much. Hit that subscribe button, man. It's free, and it would help me grow a lot. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm cutting tile right now. Look at this beautiful tile. It's got gold and it shimmers and shines. It's so pretty. This mosaic is so strong. I've had some cheap mosaic where the tile just falls right off of the mesh. But this stuff is really good, actually. And they did a really good job by keeping the tiles flush, you know, square. Hey, amen. God bless everybody. I gotta cut this back about 3/4 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch. My bad. I'll have all kinds of room because my other tile is gonna go into it, so it won't matter. So I had this whole thing mapped out before I even started cutting or opening up my tile adhesive. It's the biggest thing with tiling. You want to map everything out, know where you have to go, you know. And I put an extra water pump in this, so I use 2 different 5-gallon buckets, and I literally have it hard lined right into the plug. So I hit the switch, both fountains go. And one is up here, cooling the blade, and also dropping on the cut, like falling gravity right where the blade hits the tile. And then I have another one pointed at the blade here, and it's shooting into the carbide, cooling it down. So this is a first cooler, cools it down. This cools it down also and wets it. They both wet it, but that one that I installed is very, very important to get a very clean cut. Look how clean that is. Just perfect, right? Go slow, let the blade do the work, let the water do the work, and go all nip and tuck 3-car door, and then she'll be all right. That's it. That's it. So here we go. I'll probably have to cut this back some more, but I'm just not gonna go so hard that I end up screwing myself, you know? And the other tile will come into it, so it does not have to be tight, and I actually do want a gap just in case of expansion, but I'm being very careful. So I can cut another 1/4 inch off, and probably, maybe even another 3/8, you never know. So I could have done that 3/4 wood, 3/4 cut. All right, here we go. You know what? I need a thinking stick. Want some squid legs? Kids would probably play with those. What's the personal question, Sarita? If you like and subscribe, I'll answer if you like and subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, what do you got? What's going on? If you haven't subscribed or liked, if you don't mind, please do. Will really help the channel. Fuck. All right, look at that. It's coming in hot, baby. Woo, that's hot. Check. Oh yeah. Got an 1/8 of an inch on each side. Looking good. Cool. So we can set it. So now I'm gonna butter the bread. See? Now I'll put my tile adhesive on there. This is tile adhesive. It's different. That's not grout, okay? This stuff over here, this is the grout. I got dark gray for my other bathroom project, and I got white, Arctic white, and that's Antarctic white right there, the Corian. So it'll be a white. It's gonna look so good. It's gonna pop. So let's butter the bread now. Let's get it. Sorry about that. I had to dig these out of my bucket. They were getting kind of dried out. So I soaked them while I cut. You want to keep up with your adhesive. If that stuff starts to dry up on you, it just makes the job way, way worse. Okay. That might even be too much for this whole thing. You don't need a lot at all. So I switched up knives. Now I have a little bit more control, because I'm trying to get these edges buttered. You want it nice and formal. All right, guys, here we go. She's going in. Oh, wow, these edges are gross, but that's okay. That was a messy, messy butter right there. Ah, come on. Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. right, so now I'll just clean up most of the mess before I even set it. I'm not gonna set it until I get some of this out of here. I should have been a little bit more clean, but sometimes when it's, you know, you give it a little extra, sometimes it helps it set a little better, but this was a little overkill, I guess. You see, I'm just gritting it off. And also, what I'm doing is I'm setting the tile. So this shim is 1/8 of an inch. When I stick it in there, it pushes them all to that same exact width. Now, this metal is U-channel. It's hollow in the middle, so it catches every now and then. But that's what you want to see, a nice, easy slide. So that tile right there is pinched. I'll leave that in there. See that towel right there? Okay. So I got a little extra. I'll put this away. Now I'll clean. I want to clean this off so the adhesive doesn't dry up on my knife. I want to keep all that adhesive nice, wiped right away. Okay. Now I'm going to come in with a rag. So that was just a pre-cleaning. This is still messier than hell. All right. There we are. Now I'm going to set it. So I don't know if you can see it, but it's trying to wobble and do all kinds of weird stuff. We're not going to let that happen. We're going to get it nice and formal. And you see all the glue, the adhesive that pulled out when I pushed on it. I guess I put too much in because there's a lot coming out of there. And we have to clean that out before it dries because we have to grout it tomorrow. Man, I guess I put too much in there. Holy crap. It's just not, I just don't have the force like I did before because it's a few feet away. So all that extra is gonna seep into all the cracks and it'll stay nice and level, yeah. All right. soak this real quick. All right. Remember, don't drink Red Bull. It's bad for you. Monkey, how'd you know? I'm not. It's square. You want to see it square? Check it out, Monk. Perfectly square, brother. I just had too much adhesive. I got it straightened out. I wouldn't have stopped until it was straight. I put this wall up. Come on now. Look at how square that is. Absolutely flawless. Flawless. That ain't a bent wall, monkey. You gotta stop hating on me. Come on now. There was just too much adhesive back there. I put way too much adhesive, so I had to fucking pound on the damn thing. Excuse me for using all that French. All right, here we go. Did you see that the wall isn't bent, monkey? Did you see it? Look. Look. That wall is perfectly square. It literally touches. I can't even... You hear that? That's perfectly square, bro. So don't be hating on me. Right? How you gonna fix your face? Oh, shit. I'm just playing with you. God bless you. Peace. So the wall's done. Yay. Yay. Wow. I don't even know how I did that so damn perfect. It's perfect. Uh-huh. Okay. Enough with the drama. We're going get it today. All right, cool. Set that. So now I have to clean. Monkey, did you subscribe? You can't be mean to me unless you subscribe. That's the rule, bro. I'll take it, but you gotta be nice and subscribe after. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you do. You let them float in the water and they'll fall to the bottom. And as soon as they're cleaned off with no adhesive on them, they'll float. And all of a sudden, you got a bunch of clean spacers to run with. Okay, all my horizontals first. Remember, just clean it when it's wet. You will regret it if you wait. It's not going to be that easy when it dries up. You'll even risk messing the tile up. You don't want to start cutting in and ripping into that tile after it's secured. So you want to get it nice and clean before it cures up on you. It's one of the biggest things I believe in. One of the biggest things. But some people don't even need it because they learn to put less adhesive on. You know? Gosh. Anyway, it is what it is. So now I'll just kind of come in and try to grab what's left on there. Now I'll do my verticals. I gotta go wash this though. Yay. Okay, last tile on this side of the wall. Well, on this wall, I should say. All right. Gotta clean off my knife. Let's give this a wipe again. All nice and clean. Get all the adhesive off the wall. Monkey, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about this bent wall. This bent wall I'm gonna float out with adhesive. I should have done it last night, to be honest, and let it cure. But it's all good. I'll have it taken care of. Make sure you like and subscribe, guys. Please, it'll help the channel so much. I particularly don't like people who's the opposite color to me. What? Yeah, that's right, monkey. Sorry about that. I didn't understand what you were saying, but I'm sure you were some proud of me when I put that fucking square up. But yeah. I'm just gonna float it extra. I'll put some extra adhesive on there. Yeah. And what I'll do, so you see how this is, it's got it has a reveal of what it wants. This will be the last tile as well, because I'm gonna start, so I'm gonna start over here and I'll go in, and then I'll probably float that before, that way it has a chance to harden up. Matter of fact, fucking right, good idea. Thank you for even getting there. I'm gonna let that harden up right now. So once I clean this off, I'll put a little bit in there. Not a lot, just enough to kind of give it a base so that it won't move on me once I'm down there. Because it's gonna take a while for me to get from here to there, you know? So if I float it out now with tile adhesive, it'll be all good later on. It won't be so squishy. You know, I'll be able to set that tile and it won't fuck around on me and try to fight me. Guys, try not to be racist on here. It's fucking crazy. Why are you guys talking like that? You know, if you're on one side of the fence, that's great, but you don't got to put people down. So let's be respectful. Go ahead and like and subscribe, but you're never going to get that out of me. And I really would appreciate it, you know, if you kept those types of things to yourself. That's not cool. All right? You know, I vote for Trump. I just want my children to have a good life. That's all. That's really all it is. You know? And the other side sticking up for drug dealers and fucking cartel members and fucking child molesters and people that have grooming child molester tendencies. Yes, I agree with that, right? Why are they sticking up for those people? Because they lost so many voters that they need to. That's why. They don't have any more of our votes. They've ruined our votes over the last 20 years. Even during Trump's last presidency, they still had control, okay? They had control of the House, and they had control of the deep state, CIA and FBI, all that shit, NHS. They still had their people in. He finally put assembled his own cabinet. There's still a couple of leakers, obviously. You see it every now and then. However, it's not about whose side I'm on. It's about my children's future. That's literally what I'm doing this for, okay? So I need to love myself, love my God, love my family, and be a good person, and work hard, okay? That's just that simple, okay? Thank you. Hit the subscribe button. You're gonna get positivity out of me, okay? We're working hard, and I can teach you as I go. Look what I've done. This house, this room was literally empty. It had nothing in it. It had slab cement floors. Now it's got vinyl planks. I built this. None of these walls were here. Okay? Look at this. I even designed and built this shelf. I closed in the ductwork. I put all these doors in. I put the nice floors in. I had to level the floors. I had to grind stone for 2 weeks. Matter of fact, just cutting the trench for the drain pipe took me 2 weeks. And then a whole week of grinding down all the high spots here, and then another week of floating it out. And I'm doing this all by myself, and I don't want any fucking pat on the back. I'm just saying, I can teach you guys how to do the right thing. And look how beautiful it all is, right? Vanity's there. Underneath here, just that and that is worth $4,000, just the countertops. What, this? That's just a sweat rag. This is a painter's rag. It's just a painter's rag, and it stops the sweat from beating into my eyeballs. Because I always, when I'm working, my sweat will fall into my eyeballs and sting my eyeballs. But this, it stops it. Then I wear my hat to keep all the dust out of my eyes. and I have my glasses when I make, I don't do it during masonry with these. These are my nicer glasses, but I'll wear these because look, you can get right up in tight and they don't let anything in, right? So that's how I protect my face. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, please. I'm working hard over here. Okay? So I gotta pick this clean. Look at that. Get that. You wanna get all that adhesive off your blade. Get it off there, yeah. Clean it off good. And now I'm just gonna swap it over. Click it, make sure it's good, pull it back, done. Now, so I will have to float this. I'll do that in a second. It just starts from like, you can see it starts from right there, right? So it's not really that bad. Anyway, I have to clean all these lines. Man, I shouldn't have done that. What a fucking idiot. Yeah, I just like to stay clean while I work. I'll float that out in a second though. So we're just going in these cracks. We're getting all the adhesive out of there because for some reason I can't figure out how to put less tile adhesive on there when I set it. So it just completely covers everything. But you can't leave it. If you leave all this in, you're gonna have to dig it out, and all you're gonna do is weaken the structure of your tiles. So you have to, you really do, you gotta clean it out. Not only that, it'll take you hours to do. And these types of mosaic tiles, this is really metal. It's a metal U-channel, stainless steel U-channel with a gold plate at the top. So you don't want to, it doesn't have much grab on the other side. It's got mesh, but as soon as you cut into that mesh to cut the, to get the old adhesive out of there, all that's going to do is make that metal U-channel fall out. You see what I'm saying? Okay. I just realized my gap was like, my tile weren't even set where I wanted it. I'm like, what? See, it's still dropping. It's all right. I'll fix it. I like that. It's got that nice long piece right there. That's what she said. back to a somewhat clean sponge. Be picking this fucking adhesive out of here till the sun goes down. Wow. Yeah. So that shim tells me exactly where that is on a pipe. And it just spaces it out right perfect. If it don't fit, it won't go. If it won't go, it's not the right size. If it's not the right size, you gotta make it go. So you're shimming while you clean, basically. Then you just grit it off. You have to hit every line. You can't cheat. So you're just gritting it off. A little bit on the inside is fine because that's going to help it stay. But, you know, leaving the channel completely stuffed full, you'll have to dig it out to get your grout where it wants to be in there. That's the third wash I've done. That's quite a bit. Rinse that all out. Okie dokie. Dun, dun, dun. Hi-ho. Hi-ho, it's off to work we go. So I can sing on here, but I can't play radio that everyone can turn the channel on. I don't understand that. I kind of lose my mind when I don't have the radio going. Working by yourself. That's why it really helps to have this channel too. It keeps my mind going and talking, occupied. Okay, as soon as I get all these clean, I will make sure that they're all set correctly. It's off to work we go. So this has glue that won't allow it to sit correctly. So now, don't drink Red Bull. Anyway. I have to cut all that glue off. You see all that glue? Holy foot fungus, for crying out loud. I need a radio. Someone sing me a song. I'm doing, Chevy, what's up, brother? Yeah, I don't want to put moisture in there and water down my adhesive. This is a good system that I do, and I'm cool with it. No wonder why it couldn't sit right. The gosh darn. There was so much glue in there that it couldn't even sit where it wanted to. They had it set in the wrong spot. And it's too long. I gotta go cut this down real quick. It's a Ford fucking Ranger. It's a Ford fucking Ranger. Stranger, danger, he's in a Ford fucking Ranger. Much betterer, my friendly. That was right. Leaning hard. Stuck in its mesh. Kind of like that one is, but it's in the corner. I don't give a shit. I'm just putting this stuff. I'm done playing fuck. Excuse my language, please. Yeah, so I'm putting this backsplash on. And right now, I'm basically doing rookie crap. Cleaning off my butter that I over freaking charged, basically. Look, that one's too low. What in the hell? Come on, man. Why can't you just be somewhat normal? Come on. Why do you gotta have everything right crooked and you can't even friggin' breathe unless it's fixed? Gosh. You know, every single friggin' time, man. Look at the glue on it. It wouldn't even let it go down. I'm over it. I'm cutting this. Come on, man. Come on. Butter the biscuit. Rub her buns in liquor. Rub her buns in liquor. Rub her buns in liquor. Oh, that's what she said. See, that one's too long too. Too long as well. And I ain't playing that shit. I quit school because of recess. Good man. Look at that. Just gotta butter her buns. We have to butter the buns. Butter the buns. Look at the bush. Look at the bush. Look at that. It isn't fucking hard to just get it in there. Right, damn it. Okay. Oh, this one too. This one. I can deal with that. Fuck's sake. All right. Over it. Done, son. That side is floated. After I'm completely done with all the grout, after I'm done setting this side, I'll do the border. And then we'll do the grout, the white grout, and then I'll do the black grout. Maybe I'll do the black grout first. I don't know. Anyway, this is ready to roll. Okay? I start from there, work in. I had to cut around 2 outlets. This one as well. I'm not gonna move it until I get an actual because that is set with a torpedo level exactly the way I want it. So once I get my actuals down there, I'll get my measurement, cut it out, pre-fit it, right? And then before I glue it on, I'll just take it off the wall, pull it off, and then put my tile behind it. Then once my tile is set the way I want it, I'll screw it in, just like that. And then you have outlets that are screwed in, face flush, to your backsplash. And then, once we get all freaky deaky, I'll put the covers on. But can't do covers until, I just wanted to show people what it'll look like. Nice and level and true and plumb. I might get some metal, like some stainless plate. That'd be kind of neat, never know. Anyway. So, let's get all this shit out of the way. This is a broken tile. Broken tiles go down here. It's my bag. Got a whole other bag of spacers. Damn, son. Those are my dirties. Throw them in. They clean off eventually. I got that shimmed out on the top. It doesn't want to pull off, and I got it tightened up on the bottom. Nice straight look. Looks pretty damn good to me. Looks good from my house. Soak that. Get all that junk off of her. Get all the water out, and look at that. Nice and clean. Whoop. Oh, I spoke too soon. Okay. Let's just get a tool check, make sure we're tight. Good enough, baby. Do not want to have chips and junk and grime and crust on the nice new tiles. You have won a nice new Backsplash. Ta-da! Ba-doo! Ta-da! Ta-da! Oh, ta-da! Oh, ta-da! Today. Yeah, I need a goddamn radio. Today. What's up? Dirty. Look at my face. Definitely need a shave. You know, you can take a shower every day, but that can't wipe off the ugly, right? Hey, looks could kill, I'd be dead. But looks don't mean everything. Damn, got a lot done. Yeah. Hey, what are you building today? Super wet sponges will wet it out. So I just try I try to keep my adhesive as dry as possible. I even try to dry my tile down from the wet saw. I'll dry all the moisture, as much moisture as possible. Then I'll butter it and I'll keep my walls dry. So basically I want that adhesive back there to be as dry as possible so that it can set as fast as possible. Tonight, I'll have Lasco fans lined right up, blowing air on these. And that's gonna circulate all the moisture out of it and it'll dry all this up. So I'm gonna lay this now. This shouldn't take long because I got like 6 runs and then 2 cuts, that's it. I'm gonna cut this, 6 tiles, 2 cuts, done. So let's roll with me. Come rock with me, brother. I'm gonna set you guys up. Let me know, would you guys rather be up here and see the cut and see the tile? Or do you wanna be down there with me? You wanna be down there and see more, or do you wanna just see the whole operation? This is a good way for you to learn and see my operation. And then I can get more done so I'm not moving the camera all day. Do you want me to leave this camera up here? Because it'll help me get more done. That way I'm not moving the camera all day. Oh, the whole time I'm working. Sorry about that. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. All right. Set you up like that. Boom, boom, boom. And then yeah. Pardon me. This is getting like really sexy. And I can't even deny it. I cannot fight it. I can't deny it. I know, I want you. What would you guys think that was if you didn't know what it was? Would it look like an animal? If you didn't know what that was, what do you think it'd be? Look at the gold coming out of that. Wow. That literally has gold inside of that tile. And I cut it off. What an idiot. Oh. I know, I want you. Tell me how to get a damn radio on YouTube. People literally troll other channels by putting themselves down here so you watch another channel. And I can't even listen to a radio, and YouTube bans the whole video. It's on restricted because I put a radio on. So, sorry about my singing, but you know, I am human. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Oh, that was wicked great, guys. So I use the new cardboard from each tile to basically be my hero. I can be your tile hero, baby. I could take away all of the tile adhesive. I would cut your tiles forever. YouTube, let me have a radio on my channel, please. Like and subscribe, guys. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. So I have to build this wall out because this wall, for some reason, when the house fell in the back, you know, the house settled, I don't know, maybe it was a door and when they sheetrocked it, I don't know. The header may have fallen out or something, I don't really know. Maybe it's one of the main studs and the stud started to, well, the foundation under started to fall and it pulled the wall in. But just on this one stud, it goes in like at least a half, yeah, it was a ½ inch. So I'm just floating it out to 0, and at least trying to get it somewhat bumped out there. And hopefully that'll dry by the time I get my tile over. Maybe I'll save that for the morning and I'll leave a fan right on that to let it blow. I'll have to dig channels in it to let it dry, but at least I'll have the body there. And I have shims in the top left to keep this last tile in place. It's holding it perfect. So this will give me something for tomorrow. Well, it'll give me something. I could float that tile today, but found a chunky monkey in here. Better throw that away. Man. Okay, that's good for now. That's about half of it. If you go too far, then it's just going to be, you know, bumped out too much. So I'll let that kind of chill out. I'll let that dry overnight. I'll put a fan on everything tonight. I got like probably 7 fans. I just used the Lasco fans. They're 20 bucks a piece. And they work really good. If they fall, they don't break. They're strong. Good all-around fan. Like, check this out. Look, this has so much spray, overspray from me spraying houses, and the feet have been broke. The frame is broken. It's fallen so many times. But she runs. You know, I've got like, I don't know, I lost a lot in the fire, so I had to buy new ones. So I have a bunch of new ones too. Probably like 5 or 6 at least. Okay, I'm gonna clean this tile over here. Good. Cool. Now let's set this little fucker. Nice. I don't like to set it with my fingers. I like to use something flat. And this float right here, floating trowel, it's rubber. It's like a squeegee. Well, it is a squeegee. And gives formal pressure. So if I do this to every single tile with all of my weight, the same exact strength, then they're all going to be formal, you see? And I must say, the Metro Gold from Home Depot, Metro Gold, I'm telling you, it is actually the best mosaic I've worked with as far as the mesh staying on, the stone being strong. I've cut mosaics before that were literally powdery, falling apart while I cut them. Sometimes I'd pick them up out of the box and they were like, maybe they got wet and they were ceramic. This is actual real stone. So you get what you pay for, but they were only $5 a piece. Literally, they were $5 a piece. And the last ones that I had sucked, and those ended up being on clearance. They were good tiles that just weren't good for my specific job. These kind of hide in the background, but when you see them, they're beautiful. Especially once I put that black border on. It's gonna match up with this black countertop. Ooh, sexy. Absolutely sexy. Cool. So I don't have much overage really. I gotta get my shimmy. I have another bag of these, but I won't use them until I have to. Okay. I'm going to set this just as formal as I set my last ones. Isn't that fucking wonderful? So I'm leaving a grout line. I see where my bull nose will be, and my grout line between it is about the same grout line between the mosaics. That is 1/8 of an inch. You see my metal fell off the mesh here. That's fine. Look at that. I can fill it in. Butter the biscuit. Set it and forget it. Yeah, see, it's too long. Some of these channels are just too long, so I cut them down. I fair them out so that the metal doesn't have any hard stuff that would cut anybody. They're nice and clean. Well, I didn't do horrible this time. We're not super clean, but that's the worst of it. Those mosaics, they got a lot of different gaps and cracks. Holy crap. Ugh. Coffee. I must have dropped the coffee and it spattered at the wall. I just cleaned it up. Just cleaned it up. Okay. Make sure my verticals are good. Remember to like and subscribe, guys. It really will help. Maybe I'll be able to get a cameraman and an editor so that I don't have to show my ass all day. Because really, can't really see in here, you know. I'm trying to show you what I'm working with, but it's hard. It is hard. So right now I'm just making sure these herringbone angles are perpendicular to their mate. We have another stubborn these metal things have been the bane of my existence. So they just got glued on close, but there's so much glue on them that it makes them wobble because they're hitting the other tile. But I just grind the glue off without hitting the face. Put it back, it's fine. I gotta butter the biscuit. Ah, it's too long too. It's too long as well. What a mess. What a fucking mess. Okay, I'll just make sure that stays good. All right. That's it. Get it, get it, get it. Go Trump, Donald Trump 2025. God bless America. That's the way I like it. Wow, this is the most beautiful of all the tiles. I saved this wall to be the most beautiful. So that really, because you cook a lot in the kitchen, so this is where you're going to prep the most of the food. Oh my God, that's beautiful. And I'm very fucking picky too. Like I am so picky. Wow. Yeah, this is going to be a nice one. Make sure you like and subscribe, because this, once I'm done with this is going to be so friggin' beautiful. Yes. Wow. The color coming out of this stone is just so beautiful. hit that like button, guys, because I'm flying now. Oh yeah, I'm flying, baby. Yep. Everything's good. I just do this to make sure that it stays nice and moist. Wet the cover, clean the sides, flick some water on it. Not a lot, just a little. change that water. I got some new stuff right here. I like to have my whole day planned right out. Boom. If I'm gonna tile, I have everything set in place. All the water I'll need, especially if I'm by myself. I can't go run for water and all that shit. I'm gonna take a day to set it up and a day to put it on without having to run around like a chicken with my head cut off, and I can focus on the product rather than the bullshit, right? Sorry, it's getting late, I'm swearing a little bit, but if you like and subscribe, I'm almost done, but like and subscribe, and we'll finish this house together. I still have to put a border on here, I still have to do the bathroom, I have to do my house's bathroom, I have to paint, I have to stain, and then I have to put all the hardware on, and I have to plumb out the bathroom and the kitchen sinks. So there's a lot of work to get done. No shortage of work, I can promise you that. No shortage. Well, I did a lot better job buttering that. Like I said, all this is in place. This goes here, the next one goes there, and this top one finishes the whole thing. This next one will go there, top, boom, boom, boom. I may need one more. Anyway, I got a whole box of them right there. All right. Check it out. Look at that. Oh. Sexy. Because I put that water in there. So it's all slippery. But I'd rather it be slippery than dry out. So right here, this is just kind of mixing the water that I put on top. It's probably way too much adhesive, but it's all right. Found a chunky monkey. They must have given, this is a brand new bucket. They must have given me a bucket that sat there for years. I'm used to getting their calls. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, it's just going to Trav. He's just a high-end finish carpenter. He don't need the good stuff. We'll charge him full price for all of our calls. That'll make me feel better for myself. He's an outsider. He don't belong here. Fuck off. Lived in Maine my whole life. Just suck it. They're good to me though. They really are. Really, really good to me. They've gone over and beyond for this project and other jobs as well. So end of the day, bitching about finding chunks in my bucket all day, that's all. Just bitching about finding chunks. That's it. The whole top of it was just a film. Big, huge, like, pancake of, yeah, I could tell it was old. I could tell right off the bat. Alright. This is way too much. Whatever. I'm stuck now. Gotta put it on. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Hit that like. Smash that subscribe button. It's been a long fucking day. Let's go chat for a second. Let's chat for a second, man. How's it going, Kara? Carswell, BCG, easy. Hey, Josh Rafferty looks good. OG. Haha. Diddy is behind you. Ah! Bro. He'd be head first in that bucket. Well, I'm kind of tired, but worked hard today. And I'm goal-oriented, so I'm not going to stop until I get those last ones in. I wish YouTube would let me do a horizontal frame. But look at that. And it's hard to see. But what shines is glitter is gold, baby. And it's hard to see the colors. There's pinks and purples and blues. Almost looks like the sky with gold. It's pretty neat. Hit that like button, guys. Look. There's Odin. He got a ball. Looks like the core of a baseball. Oh, shoot. Gotta drain the main vein, you know. What's up, Kevin? Hit that subscribe for me, man. It's free. And you guys can check out my builds. I built this pallet shed. It's made out of pallets. The doors are pallets, the walls are pallets, the floors are pallets. The rafters are 2x4s. And I did metal roof on it. So, huge. So, yeah. That right there is all the refrigerators and stoves, wall ovens, dishwasher. Got all kinds of stuff in there. Yeah. Dryers, washing machines. Hold it. Hold in, puppy dog. Come on, puppy. Hold it. He must be over the neighbors. He's showing off his baseball that he found over to the neighbor's house. He goes right in their house, crashes out on their couch. It's cool as hell. Yeah, good friends with them. This guy over here is cool. He was out there splitting wood this winter, and Odin loves to chew on wood. He just loves to be outside. I'm training him to be a shed hunting dog. So he'll hunt, he'll sniff, he'll use his nose to find antlers. He's 1.5 years. They said to start training him. So I trained him all the way up to like 6 months, and he started to get like an attitude-ish problem. Not really. He just lost interest, right? And he started to do with the teenager stage, like, yeah, whatever, Dad, I just want to play. So I would do only until he was attentive, and then I would shut it off. And then I'd let him play with whatever else. But yeah, I've trained him to use his nose. I've trained him to find the downwind. I've trained him to, he knows how to handle a shed because he has a gummy one, like a rubber one. And then I gave him some of mine to hunt. And I would bring him inside, shut the door so he couldn't see. I'd go out back, plant him. And I learned that he used my scent to then sniff the shed. So what I'd do is I'd stand at the door and I'd heave them deep in the woods. I'd remember where they were, but I'd make sure that you couldn't see them when you come out. And next thing you know, I'd bring him out and he'd find every one of them. So I got him neutered, and now I'm letting him grow into like his base model, who he's gonna be. And then, yeah, hit that subscribe button, guys. So now we'll be able to walk through the woods. We'll walk through the woods, and we will. Hey, Colb. Fine shed. Shit, I got 2 more towels. Okay. Okay, tell her I will be in for dinner.
Love you.
And I need about 15, though. Love you, baby. Mwah. Okay. Let's get back up on it. Hooked on phonics. You might wanna flip you around there, dude. Okay. Not bad, not bad. All right, last push, people. Two more tiles to go. Good check. Oh. Uh-oh. That's what happens when you get playing around. Okay, that got real messy, my bad. Hit that like and subscribe, please. You guys can check me out tomorrow. The next day, I'm never going to stop. Always going to have something to do. And then why did I just do that? You know what I mean? I just totally forgot. Whatever. I'll cut it wet. I don't give a crap. Just get it. Fuck's sake, man. All the walls are shut off. Not gonna get zapped. Like and subscribe, people, please. Trying to grow the channel a little bit. Wow, look at that. It got wet and it's starting to bow. I'll have fans on this tonight. A lot of fans. I'm just going to set this back for so I can see for the next one for an actual on where to cut this going to be. gonna set this and leave it, because that has to dry, that corner. I had to float that corner out. I have to go have dinner with my family as well. It's been a long day. So, just gotta clean this out. I can lock the place down, put fans up, shut the lights out, go eat some food. I'll clean my waters tomorrow. No sense rushing on that. That light, share with your friends too. We're getting there. We're getting there. Little by little. Slowly but surely. Rome weren't built in a day. Oh, yes. Would you look at that? Cool. I like it. So I'm supporting this for an overnight stay. See, I'm putting a little extra in. That'll make sure it doesn't shift. Yes. I gotta go get a straight edge. Holy shit. It's fucking sitting right on top of it. Wow. I want to get it nice and snug. Oh my god, dude. It's freaking insane. It's insane how just perfect that is. So that's just chilling there, level where it needs to be. So tomorrow I can get an actual of exactly where it's gonna go. And I'll finish this last cut. This, where it's dark in there, I'm floating that out because the wall goes in, right? I had to shim that so that this board stays straight. So I did about 3/4 to half the thickness. And tomorrow I'll just fill it in with the rest of the, and I'll use a straight edge to make sure it's nice and tight. So, what I'll do today, I'll set up, we'll take this. Call this the gang box. Usually hangs on my chop saw. It's got a breaker on it. It's high amperage breaker for my chop saw and my table saw to run at the same time. If it gets too hot, it'll just shut off. Now all these are all shut off, so what I'll do, I'll take off this. This is hot. We'll start drying off this work here. So what that'll do, that's going to suck all the moisture out of it. You don't need heat at all to dry something. You just need convection, right? You need to swirl the air around. I got to be real careful. This is my last tile. Gave it its own cardboard. Give it a little wipe down for the night. Got it. Just give that a little pre-wipe for the night. The hell is my dog? There we go. Voila. This is what I got, guys. I'll drain this out, swap out my waters tomorrow. I'll bring them in the back room so that this dries a little better. There's too much moisture in here. The wind will suck the moisture out of these buckets and put more moisture in the air. So I just shut the doors. an idiot. I literally plugged into the wall, knowing that the wall doesn't have any juice. There we go. That stuff was done last night, so that's pretty well dry. I got that nice and straight. Good there. Walk the back up. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well, you guys watching, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Share my page with your friends. I'm doing this all on my own dime. This is my own home. I do own a construction company, so we're going to be building on other sites that aren't mine too. I'll have a crew going and all that, but right now we're just finishing up this build here. I'll be painting the doors and the mud areas, and then we got to stain all the wood that I'm going to keep, and then put all the hardware on, doorknobs, outlet covers, plumb out the sink, put the faucets on and all that, shower, toilet, the whole deal. Little at a time. Gotta stay busy, right? I appreciate your time following me. I lost you there. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Tomorrow around 10 o'clock Eastern USA time. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. Please, please, please. Have a good night, guys.